Deadpool Wolverine. Oh, yeah. Hi, thank you for tuning into the Tom Patelson Show. Yeah, finally came out. Finally, Deadpool Wolverine. I've been waiting for this movie all year. It's going to be my movie of the year, and it most likely will be. I think it's great. I think it's fantastic. Okay, let's get this right off the bat. My original plan was to see the movie, and I saw it on Friday. And then I was going to quickly write something and quickly shoot something and quickly put that up because I've got to get a video out there really quickly. But I can't compete with the videos that are out there right now showing 217 Easter eggs. And it came out an hour after the movie was released. And there's actual footage from I mean, that's how fast all of this has come about. And I didn't want my video to be that. That's not what we do here, is just talk about that. We nerd out about stuff, but I'm not going to go deep into the Easter egg stuff. I can't. I can't do it. So, the movie is 2 hours and 7 minutes long, which means the movie is 2 hours and 37 minutes long because of all the previews. And I just had a ball. It was packed. I saw it in a full theater, everybody, everywhere. That's the way you should see this movie. That way laughter's contagious, and I laughed out loud several times. It was great. The plot. The plot of Deadpool Wolverine is that Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman wanted to do a movie together because they're buddies, and they couldn't find a way to pull this off. But thankfully, they figured out how to get Deadpool and Logan in a movie, even though Logan died in Logan. That's a lot of Logan right there, but they finally figured out a way, and that comes thankfully to the Loki TV series and the TVA, the Time Variance Authority, which was first mentioned in the Mighty Thor number 372. That's from 1986. I've bagged on this before. The TVA, the multiverse, time travel, multiple snaps, the Infinity Gauntlet. Does it explain how this works? Yes, but can you do anything you want now because of time travel and because of all the alternate universes? Yes, but I don't care. I don't care that this movie has a plot of how Logan and Deadpool appear together. I don't. They do, and that's all that matters. They just do. This review is going to be all over the place. I'm just going to talk about things. The acting in the movie. Ryan Reynolds is the perfect Deadpool, my opinion. I'm not the biggest Ryan Reynolds fan as far as him acting in other things. I think his delivery is the same. Perfect for Deadpool. It is absolutely perfect. I think he's, as I read the comics, I hear his voice, I hear his mannerisms, I see him as Deadpool. He is perfect. And Hugh Jackman, of course, as the ever-tortured soul Wolverine. Amazing. He's always amazing. I mean, yeah. And as far as laughter goes, my God, I howled several times. Laugh out loud in a theater by myself, that's unusual. I'm a rough laugh. I really am. I'm a tough person to get to laugh, but when I do, boy, it's off the hook. Yeah, the acting and the humor, funny. Now, all of the cameos, okay? Not the Easter eggs, the cameos, and I'm saying those are different things. The return of Jennifer Garner as Elektra, the appearance of Channing Tatum as Gambit, which we all wanted to see, and Daphne Keane as X-23 were great. But everyone in the theater, me included, really did lose their minds when Wesley Snipes stepped into frame as the Daywalker himself, as Blade. Oh, I was so happy to see him. I really was. We talk about the old Marvel movies before the MCU, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But Blade, the first Blade and the second, and the third one can be skipped, I agree. But even the third, I did Blade. Oh, Wesley Snipes is Blade. I was so happy to see him. That was really wonderful. I love being surprised in a theater because I kind of guessed some of the other stuff. You know, we're kind of told the internet can't keep everything secret, but I had no idea Blade would walk out. Oh, it was really good, really good. Okay, so it's editing day, and I'm editing the footage I shot that you've been watching, and I left a part out, so I had to start filming again. I can't believe I left this part out. I can't believe I left out what is arguably my favorite part of the movie, and I nerded out most. Yes, Blade. But I did love the Wolverine variant, seeing him as Patch and Old Man Logan and Weapon X and the brown outfit. I mean, that is so cool. But seriously, folks, how many times has Hugh Jackman played Wolverine? And how many times have we seen him in his mask? Finally, we see Wolverine in his mask, in the yellow outfit and the yellow mask. I think they stray away from doing comic book adaptations, making them look like they look in the comic books. They think they're going to mess it up and make it look goofy. It looks perfect. It looks absolutely perfect with the mask on his head, and he does all the classic Wolverine poses. He does the jump, and then he does the star. It was so good. I could watch that part over and over again, and I found it online 100 places. So yeah, I'm watching that on YouTube, watching that moment over and over again. Hugh Jackman as Wolverine in his mask. Primo. Back to the Easter egg thing. Where do we stand on this? I'm not talking about surprise cameos. I'm talking about what they're calling Easter eggs. Now, Easter eggs are supposed to be hidden things, like an Easter egg. You have to go looking for it. If it's a prop piece that is dead center in the middle of the movie, I don't know if that's an Easter egg or not. There are YouTubers out there right now proclaiming that there are 50, 100, 150, 200, 217 individual hidden Easter eggs in the movie. But again, if it's a car I've seen, I go, oh, that's the car from the thing. Yeah, that's neat. I don't know if that's an Easter egg. Where do we stand on that? Is that, I don't know. The movie is one big inside joke about the industry and how we fell in love with Marvel Comics from all the properties from Fox and Sony and Netflix and all of these things that aren't a part of the MCU, and we kind of throw them away. We threw them away in our head, which this movie tries to give them justice, saying, hey, you loved them. Why not look at them? Why not see them? Why not have Jennifer Garner as Elektra, which was not great, but it's great to see her. And Blade and Gambit finally got his chance. Channing Tatum finally gets to be him. You know, all these movies are before the MCU. This movie has a lot to say about that. And yeah, there's plenty of jokes on the MCU's taken a sour turn since Endgame, with the multiverse and the TVA and Kang and so many WTFs that I don't even know. And everybody, they make jokes about it in the movie, of how it's taken a sour turn. And I agree on that. After the Fox merger. I'm going to talk more about Fox in a minute, about this whole Fox merger thing. The violence in the movie. Mortal Kombat, the video game, came out in 1992. It's the year I graduated from college. But I remember my buddies and I wanted to get it. They're like, ooh, we're getting it. Why do we want to get it? Because it was on the news. And they're like, it's so bloody. It's so bloody, and you need to get a book for the secret cheat code. So when he says finish him, you can see the bloody, horrific thing. It's going to warp the minds of the children, and it's just too violent. It should have a special warning on it. And we rented it, and we played it, and it's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous form of violence. This movie is ridiculously violent. It's not realistically violent, it's ridiculously violent. So yes, there's lots of blood, there's lots of death, there's plenty of gore, and it's fine. It's not truly violent where you think about violence. It's comic book violence, and it's bloody and silly. So, violence, not a thing. Okay. Fox and Disney. Disney bought out Fox, and the movie makes just a few too many references to that for my taste. This is called Inside Baseball. Inside baseball is an old phrase, which I feel the need to explain, because every time I say something, people say, like, no one talks like that anymore. Inside baseball, the inner workings of something that is really only understood by those in the industry. There's a lot of jokes that are made for those who are smoking the big cigars. There's a lot of jokes that are made for that superheroes are getting a bad rap. And these jokes are about cash and contracts, okay? It's about cash and contracts, and these jokes are for the suits. And they got to see this movie in a private screening room, literally smoking big cigars, and I really would like if you kept your money jokes and your suit jokes out of my nerddom. I don't need that. I don't need to see what some rich guy thinks about this and all the trading of the money and the contracts and the whatnot. It's not about the superheroes. It's not about the Marvel. It's not about my nerd. Keep your money jokes out of my nerd. One of the things, and this happened recently, that they talk about in the movie is Deadpool proclaims to be Marvel Jesus. He's going to reignite the Marvel Universe after the downfall, after Endgame, and all of the, well, sad offerings. There's a lot of sad offerings after Endgame, and Endgame was so brilliant and so wonderful. A lot of not so great offerings, okay? He proclaims to be Marvel Jesus. 2 days after they release the movie and it crushes all of the records for attendance and for money and it's skyrocketing up, I think they step on their own joy by this happening. Okay? Literally, Marvel Jesus is Robert Downey Jr., Iron Man himself. From the very first Iron Man movie and the kickstart of the MCU, he's coming back as Dr. Doom, and they released that news 2 days after the movie came out. I mean, I get it, but there's a part of me that thinks that's bad form for Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman's movie. Let it have its time in the sun before you announce that, before you announce him in front of an audience of screaming people that he's going to be Dr. Doom. I wish they hadn't done that. I wish they'd have waited, but you can't wait because the San Diego Comic-Con has become Marvel Universe's biggest event. It's the biggest event. I had a buddy of mine tell me that he used to go to the San Diego Comic-Con and he used to walk in. No reservations, no nothing. He used to pay his ticket at the door and walk in and get comic books. The San Diego Comic-Con's about comic books, but it's not anymore. The big Hall H and all of the big other releases and all of the panels and whatnot. It is about movies and television. That's what it is. But I do wonder where they should have waited releasing actual Marvel Jesus before they talked about Marvel Jesus, and before it just like Deadpool Wolverine is so fun, is so good, and it is exactly what we wanted. Why did you have to release that news then? Couldn't you let us have our fun for a little while? Just for a little while? That'll do it for my quick thoughts on Deadpool Wolverine. Absolutely go see it. I have a feeling if you're watching this, you already have. And now you're going to go watch the 217 Easter egg videos, because I did. I watched all that stuff to see what everybody was talking about and what I supposedly missed. Go watch that, do all of it, and then go see it again. And you better believe I'm going to watch Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom. I don't know when that's coming out, slated for a year and a half from now or something. I'm going to watch that. I'm all in on the nerddom. I'm all in on my comic book stuff. It was fabulous. I adored it. It was wonderful. Like and subscribe if you like this content. Hit that notification bell so you know when my stuff drops. It drops on Sunday. And until I see you next time, as always, peace, love, live long, and prosper. I mean it. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to help support the show, click on the link and go to our merch store and get yourself some peace, love, live long, and prosper hands on some favorite objects and have them shipped directly to your home or office.